Welcome to this podcast, Married to His Will. I am Suzette Williams, your host. If this is your first time, I am so excited to welcome you to this podcast. I'm so excited that you've taken the time to listen or watch. This podcast is for inspiration and enjoyment. I also take pleasure in providing a bit of clinical information here as well, since I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Georgia and nationally certified. Please catch up on previous episodes where I share my testimony, especially that first episode of season 1. I want to remind you that God can deliver you out of that problem you face. He's not only interested in saving you from hell, but He cares that you thrive in Him. I'm excited about this journey and for all those who have joined me along the way, and for those who will join me next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you find this content enjoyable or inspiring in any way. Please read the description area for any other information that may not be stated in the video or corrections that are made. Since my divorce, I have found a new appreciation for who I am and who I'm becoming in Christ. To my future hubby, if you're listening out there, may you find me where God has positioned me to be in His presence. I am so happy He is always there, and I plan to stay married to His will. Enjoy this next episode. Hello. Hi, everyone. This is Suzette Williams coming back to you with another episode of Married to His Will. I have missed you. Whenever I go a couple of weeks without saying something, talking to you, my audience, my cousins, my BFFs, when I go 2 weeks, I feel like it's been a long time since I've spoken to you guys. So I am happy to be back with another episode. And this episode is not planned. It's very impromptu. But, sometimes I like just coming here and expressing myself. Usually I love to talk about my journey, update you on what's going on in my life. So, I felt like today was at the right time, especially since I skipped a week of recording. And so I said, I'm going to just sit here and talk and see where it goes. And I'm glad that I have your ear today, your listening ear, as I kind of bring you up to date on my life. I think you've seen a lot from me. You've heard a lot from me as I have embarked on this journey of singleness since my divorce, or since my separation and divorce from my ex-husband. Sometimes surprisingly meet people that I haven't seen in a long time. And today was one of those days where someone who has been, someone who has followed me on the journey, she's been a supporter from even before I started my podcast. I'm going to give her a shout out here because I was so happy to see her today. Hi, Alli. Thank you so much. Allison is her name, Alli for short. Thank you for joining us at Deeper Church today. It was such a great, pleasant surprise. You and your son, Jaden. Thank you for coming on to Deeper Church and fellowshipping with us this morning. It was so great to see your face. At first, I was like, oh no, that person looks familiar. And then she had to introduce herself to me, which is such a shame because I really couldn't figure out who she was until she said who she was. I just knew she looked familiar. And, but she's been my social media friend mostly for a while. And we've known each other from our church organization, or my former church, in the past. So I'm very happy that I saw her today. And it got me to thinking, because she was encouraging me and telling me how she's been catching up with my podcast for the episode she's missed and how it's been a blessing to her life. And, when people who I don't expect to meet say these things to me and they say they love listening, I feel so encouraged. I feel so empowered. And I'm grateful because I know I've put myself out there. I've shared my story, my testimony. And, sometimes you evaluate and you don't know what people are getting from it, what they're saying, how they think about you, the emotions that come up for them. And so I'm grateful whenever someone comes to me and tells me, when I listen to your podcast and it's blessing people. I thank God for that. And that I can be an inspiration to even one person. And so, Alli, thank you for your words of encouragement today. And I know you'll be listening to this one as well. So, thanks again. And for all you listeners and subscribers, I'm very grateful that you're still with me. You're sticking with me. I'm going to call you my cousins or my BFFs. You're either one or the other, because there's some that may not be my BFFs if they're saying anything rude. I'm not looking forward to that. But I kind of expect it because I'm putting myself out there a little bit. And not everyone will like what I have to say. Okay, so you could be the saint. You're not going to be liked by everybody. Even Jesus was disliked. So I'm not looking forward to that. If you have to comment, be a little nice. Thank you very much. Well, today, as I said, I didn't have anything really planned, but I wanted to kind of give you an update on where I am in my life. A lot has happened. Some of it unexpectedly, some was expected. And today, like I said, I met my friend today for the first in a long time at Deeper Church to the point that I couldn't even recognize her face, but I recognized her in the moment. I couldn't match the name to the face because I knew the face, but the name was like, where's the name? Until she told me it's Allison. So yay! Okay, I knew you from somewhere. But that got me to thinking about what does the Lord have in store for me this season that I'm not expecting, right? What could he have around the corner? Who could he send in any given hour or minute to me that I've never met before or someone I've known before? And he just brings them right where I'm not expecting them. Whether that be a person or just anything that you're hoping for or dreaming for in your life. Could God just surprise you? Could he unexpectedly show up with a gift or with someone who you were not expecting to see or find that very day or that very hour? That surprise meeting had me thinking about that. Like, I believe without a shadow of a doubt that God has me. Like, he has my back. He really has me. And I'm the one messing up all the time. He's not messing up. He's a good God. He's a good father. And he's keeping me in line. And those who he loves, he chastens. And I gotta say, I've had some chastening. Because I haven't always been on the straight and narrow line. But I'm grateful for his grace and his mercy in my life. I've kind of shared how I've been talking to someone and just getting to know someone, and I feel like it's fizzling. It's not really the thing that God is, I think, is going to be viable. I don't know, but we're going to try to keep this friendship. I don't know what God has in store for me, honestly, but I keep hearing that when you stop thinking about it, that's when they show up. I don't know if I ever stop thinking about it, but I do believe without a doubt that God is working on my behalf and his promises are sure. One of the things that kind of, scares me, or not really scares me, but I think about it sometimes, that every time that God gives a promise, I wonder if it means that it's going to take forever, right? Like, it's really working your patience, right? But because I think of Abraham and Sarah, and they had to wait a long time for their promise. They really did. So I don't know, but Lord, I don't want to wait till I'm like 60 years old to send them to me. But I'm hoping it's right around the corner. But God knows what I need and when I need it. And so I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be grateful. But yes, when you least expect it, that's when he shows up, right? They say he's an on-time God. He never comes when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. That's what I know about my God. And so I really have all faith and trust in God to bring my desires to pass according to his timing and his will. And so in this season, I'm coining this new season, the new and unexpected. That's what I think that's where I'm heading, the new and unexpected. Because what I was holding on to, or what I think could be, it's not. And so I have to trust God with all my might that he has new and unexpected things for me. And one of the things that I'm trying to venture into is developing new hobbies. I'm looking for new hobbies because I'm on this journey of self-discovery. I need to enjoy my single life, even as a mom of 6. Sometimes I say it's quite unfair that I alone have to suffer this single journey with so many children. Sometimes it feels like I have a very unique situation that not many people can identify with, although there are people like me. And so it's really tough sometimes not desiring to have that partnership with someone who can help me out a little bit with my household. But again, there are parts of the journey that I am enjoying, like the decisions that I have to make on my own, even though I realize I've gotten into really some bad decisions that's led me to some really bad situation, like that scam in June. And then one thing to the next, the financial difficulties. And this week was no different with the financial difficulties. Last week I got to my lowest point where because of whatever I did led to me losing my vehicle, and I was like, God, could it get any worse? Could it get any worse? But yet, I'm still here smiling because somehow I'm filled with faith. It is the joy of the Lord that is my strength right now. Because something I've learned that happiness is only based on happenings, right? Like circumstances. But the joy of the Lord is from the Lord, and it can occur even when you're going through bad circumstances. Actually, our pastor talked about that today. Pastor Rowan Thompson talked about the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, long suffering. All those things are fruit of the Spirit. And so, if we want to have peace, we have to sow peace. If we want joy, we have to sow joy. If we want someone to be long suffering with us, then we have to be long suffering as well to someone else. And what you sow is what you're going to reap. But yes, he talked about that today as I was talking about the happiness not being a permanent thing because it happens based on what's happening, based on a good circumstance. But when you have joy, you can have joy while things are chaotic, while there's situations that you can't control. You can find joy in the Lord. And because of the Spirit that resides in you, the Holy Spirit, you can have all that. And so today I'm grateful that I can identify joy in my soul where sometimes sadness may be, right? Where sometimes frustration may be, where sometimes I am just not so excited or happy. However, joy is what's keeping me. Peace is what's keeping me. And I thank him for the fruit of the Spirit. And I need to be patient. And so I'm going to be patient in this season and wait on the Lord as he gives me strength. So what new thing are you venturing into? So I saw this clip on Facebook and I was like, you know what? I want to try that. And it's some decor that I could use for the fall. And I feel like I'm really going to explore some hobbies having to do with flowers, floral arrangements, and just some decor for the home. So I'm excited to test that out, to test my skills out into some craftiness. And you never know where that will lead me, because I do love to get into some artistic things here and there. It's just fun. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. I'm excited, but just to explore these different hobbies because it's a part of me. So this last Saturday, I actually had the privilege of helping out with a wedding Friday and Saturday for my friends Kirsten and Chris. Congratulations, Kirsten and Chris, on your nuptials. They are newlyweds, and our first wedding occurred at Deeper on yesterday, and so I had the privilege of helping out as one of the people that helped out at decorating the sanctuary, putting everything together, the tables, coordinating as they did the wedding ceremony. So I felt I had my hand in a lot. So as quite like an event planner, which I'm not, right? But the work that goes into it is a lot. Let me tell you, I got some aches and pains this morning from all that was being done. But I really enjoyed myself at this wedding. And speaking of sowing and reaping, I feel like what I was sowing was for my future wedding. Sowing into others, helping out will come right back to me. And so I was happy to do it, even though I didn't do it for that reason. I recognize that when I give, there is good measure coming back to me. pressed down and shaken together and running over. That's what the Bible says. Anyway, so give and it shall be given to you, right? Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So he will cause men to give unto you as much as you give back to God, unto men. So today, as I said, I'm expecting the new and I'm expecting the unexpected, right? Like I don't know what's coming around the corner. Right now I'm on the hunt for a vehicle and I have other people helping me to get a new vehicle. It's a relief in some ways that I don't have my old vehicle anymore, because even though I had paid it off and everything, I got into this loan. I used my car as a collateral and got into this loan I couldn't pay off. It's still a burden or weight off my shoulder to give it back. I don't have to worry about that loan. But here comes the new. Well, I don't know what to expect when it comes to what I'm going to be driving, right? I don't know, but I'm hoping for something that's going to be great for me and my kids. And I'm excited about it. Sometimes when you're at your wit's end, you're at the end of a thing, God is just ready to give you something new. And I believe this is what it is. I'm about to embrace the new. And then, so that's happening. And then I am expecting the unexpected. So what are you expecting that you haven't gotten yet? Right? Sometimes God will show you how he can bring to pass what he's been promising. Because when I think about the fact that I saw my friend Allison today, I did not expect her to be there. Who knew? Somebody I knew from Brooklyn or from somewhere far would come meet me here in Georgia. So I'm just like, God, who you got for me? Who do you have for me? And what do you have for me? What's next? Because I'm expecting some financial blessings. Like, aren't you expecting that? Like when you've been to your lowest, the only point or the only movement I can make from here is upward. I'm like, I gotta be going upward somewhere. Okay. So I've been through so much since June. My mind I'm not even worried anymore. I'm so peaceful. I'm so at peace at what God might be doing in my life. And I'm thankful. Are you thankful? Are you expecting something new this month? Are you expecting the unexpected? I am expecting the unexpected. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful. And this is where I continue to walk in his will. Because it's kind of like, I'm like not making all of the plans. I'm not making the decisions, but he has the plans in his hands and he knows exactly what I need. And so I have great expectations for the unexpected and the new to occur in this month. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope you turn up your expectation a little more and trust God to give you what you need at the right time. You will see it come to pass. Believe him and don't doubt him. Though doubting happens, your faith you can stand on. You're going to see that thing come to pass. May the Lord bless you and keep you and cause his face to shine upon you and give you peace. God bless you and stay married to his will.